Everybody, it's Stef. So in this vlog, I'm using my quick little webcam here just to make it easy. I don't want to pull out the bigger, better quality camera. Anyway, so in this little vlog, I want to talk about app creation, whether it be a business app, mobile app, or some sort of game. And something I've been discussing with some coder friends of mine. Things have changed in the last 10 years when it comes to app creation. In the old days, the big hurdle was in the engines, was in the infrastructure of an app. That was the challenge. How do you build this thing? Is the technology there? Is there something available? Let me give you an example. Way back in the 90s, to create a chat app, a simple chat and messaging app was a huge challenge. Well, not huge, but it was a big challenge to do it inside of a website or a web app. It's simply the infrastructure wasn't there, the technology wasn't there. Doing simple things like processing forms and validating form input and this sort of thing, authentication, it wasn't insurmountable, it wasn't like impossible, but it was a lot more work than it is today. Today it's so much easier. And these are just cheap, simple examples. The point that I want to make in this particular vlog is that today the challenge when creating apps, whether it be business apps, mobile apps, games, is not so much in the programming really. The engines are really mature now. The infrastructure is there. You can just grab frameworks, you can grab modules, and you can start putting things together. And that combined with the fact that computers, servers are just much more powerful today. The challenge today is in the actual content itself that the app is exposing. So let me give you an example. What makes a web app or a website successful really is what it is you're presenting on the website and how well you are presenting it. That's UI, user interface, and UX, user experience. User experience is something that's been around for a long time now, but it's hard to find people who are really good at doing that. And UI rather is the look and feel of the site. It's how the site looks. It's general aesthetic appeal, if you will. So you have UI, the aesthetics, the looks, the style. You have UX, how well everything, how simply things are placed on the page or on the screen. And those two elements combined with content, whatever it is you're exposing, whether it be a game, whether it be a series of articles or a training lesson or so forth, this is what separates the successful sites, successful apps from the unsuccessful. So let me give you an example. YouTube, aesthetically, in terms of UI, very simple. It's extremely simple, but its UX, its user experience, is very, very, very well done. And that's one of the main reasons why it's successful. Initially, YouTube became successful because they used a bunch of commercial content and they just let it on there. They were basically pirating a bunch of stuff. People would upload fights and TV shows, and there's Comcast famously was suing YouTube and yada 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 yada. But now, of course, YouTube, the most interesting content, of course, is the creators of YouTube content, the people who are just the average Joe who's actually able to put out some really interesting stuff. I personally, when I watch YouTube videos, I don't watch so much, the mainstream stuff from the networks. I actually watch a lot of the YouTube creators themselves. I find that much more interesting, whether it be stupid videos or some vlog series or something. Anyway, back to being web developers and developers in general. You need to understand that the story, the UI, the UX, the content of your app, of your games are pretty much the challenge that you're faced. So if you're looking to build an app, I wouldn't be so worried about the technical hurdles because again, they're much, much, much lower today than they used to be. It's so easy to do just about anything today in terms of the technology. It's all about those three other elements: UI, UX, and content. So keep that in mind when you're planning your sites and you're planning your apps, you're planning your games. All right, that's it for now. Ciao.